Hey, what's up everyone? I hope you guys are doing awesome today and welcome back to Dad's Budget Bites, that kitchen where budget meets flavor. They come together so good. At the end of our last video, we spun the cooking wheel, we got lunch, so what we're going to be cooking up today is actually a crustless quiche. It's a recommendation from one of my daughters. So far they give me a number of recommendations. Can't really get to them all, not yet anyway. Now we just need the boys to step it up. But yeah, I've never actually made a crustless quiche before, so this is going to be new for me too. We could learn together. But without further hesitation, let's get into it and let's cook. Here's the good stuff that we're going to be using today to cook up this quiche. So in the back, we have about a cup's worth of frozen whole green beans, 6 large eggs, half a cup of whole milk, half a cup of shredded sharp cheddar. You could use virtually any cheese you want, but we're going with cheddar today. We have some bacon, a little bit of onion, scallions, garlic and herb seasoning to taste, and then in the back we have salt and pepper to taste. The first couple things you want to do for this recipe is get your oven going at 350, so that's warming up now. If you're going with convection mode, then you want to knock off about 25 degrees, so 325 would be fine. And then what you want to do is you want to grease your oven safe pan. Whatever recipes I looked for inspiration called for like a 9 to a 9.5 inch diameter circular, kind of like a pie pan type thing. I have a few pie pans, they seen better days. So what I'm going with is this 10 inch by 7.5 inch stoneware. The surface area is about the same, and that's what counts. So instead of it being a circular shape, it's going to be more like an oval shape. So you want to grease that. I have my spray here. All right, and then just set it aside. If you want to use a stick of butter, that works too. You just take a stick of butter, you unpeel it a little bit, and then rub the sides. Or if you have a brush, you know, like a food brush, you could just brush on some olive oil as well. That works fine. Today we're just using the spray. So spray it, forget it until we need it. And then you want to whisk together your eggs, milk, salt, pepper to taste, and also that garlic and herb seasoning. So we have our 6 eggs here. Get those in. Try not to get the shells in. All right, so far so good. So we have our 6 eggs in. We have our milk here. Again, this was half a cup of whole milk. So we just want to add that. And that goes. And then we have our garlic and herb seasoning here. This is about a half teaspoon worth, by the way. You could use as much or as little as you want, or if you like other spices or herbs, you could knit it all together and just add something else. Salt and pepper to taste. A little bit of salt. A little bit of cracked pepper. And then just a little whisk. Doesn't need to be anything intense or fast and furious. You want to break up those yolks. So that's looking pretty good. And I might just whisk this for a few more seconds and then we could get on to the next step. So now it's time to cut up our veggies and our bacon. And then what we're going to do is get those frying soon. Oh, real quick. With the scallions here, you just want to cut off the roots. Yeah, you probably don't want to cook the roots. So cut those off and then just give them a quick slice. And then the same with the green beans. I want to make those in small pieces as well, so everything just kind of blends together. Watch your fingers. Little itty bitty pieces. And then lastly, we have the bacon. Grab a little bit of that. Oh, so pro tip, by the way, my bacon was already cut in half because that's the way I fry it, and fits in the pan a lot better that way, and it makes it easier to flip too. So pro tip, if you want more control over your bacon when you fry it, just cut it in half first. All right, so there we go. Little tiny bite-sized pieces of everything. So we're gonna get these frying in a minute once I finish cutting everything up, and then go on to that step. All right, this is gonna be good, guys. So now it's time to pre-cook our bacon and our veggies. So you wanna break out your favorite frying pan, get that warming up on a medium heat, add a little bit of oil, whatever oil you choose is fine. I went with avocado oil, about a tablespoon's worth. The bacon's gonna give off a lot of grease, so you don't need a lot. So we have that warming up now. It should be nice and hot on a medium heat. If it's too hot or not hot enough, you could always adjust up or down accordingly. So order of operations, at least with me anyway, is I like to start off with the meat to make sure that's fully cooked. And then also the onions, because I like to get those a nice golden brown. So we got our bacon in. We have our onions in. Sizzle, sizzle. So that's cooking away now, again on a medium heat. So I'll give this probably 2 or 3 minutes, and then we could add in the scallions and the green beans. Our bacon and onions been cooking away here for about 3 minutes, and that's looking great. And now it's time to add the scallions and the green beans. So if scallions isn't your thing, you know, shallots work well too, any kind of onion. You could always mix or match. You know, quiche is very forgiving that way, apparently. So we'll add those. We have our green beans. Broccoli works well too. This actually reminds me a lot of one of my earlier videos, one of the first ones I made an egg scramble. Very, very similar to this, except with the egg scramble, you do fully in the pan on the stovetop, and with this, you know, you finish it off in the oven. You know, but very similar process. So if you're looking for something different that's similar to this, I'd encourage you to check out that video as well. Yeah, so on to what I was saying before. If scallions isn't your thing, shallots work well too, any kind of onion. So you got yellow onion, you got white onion, you got sweet onions, you got red onions, any of those are fine. You know, you could mix and match. If you wanted to use ham, if you have some sliced up deli ham that's close to expiring that you want to get rid of, you know, you could certainly cut that up and add that in. Maybe a piece of ham steak left over from like a prior lunch or breakfast that you made, you know, that you want to use up. That would be a great way to get rid of that as well. Breakfast sausage, that would work well too. So this probably only needs about 2 more minutes. And then what I'm going to do is turn the heat off, let this cool for a few minutes, and then transfer it over to a plate. You want to leave most of the grease in the pan. You know, if some gets on there, that's fine, not a big deal. But you want to leave most of the grease in the pan. Yep, so this step will be done in just another minute. All right, look at that, looking good. Nice colors, nice flavors, smells great. All right, ladies, fellas, we're almost there. We're almost ready to pop this guy in the oven. So order of operations. We got our bacon and our veggies. Look at that. That looks pretty good as is. Hopefully you could see that. So we have our oven safe pan pre-greased. That's all set to go. You don't want any of the egg to stick. So now the first thing you want to do is you want to get your bacon and veggies in there. And then you want to spread it out uniformly. So that's in there. Take, a few seconds, a half a minute, kind of spread it out. So that's what we got so far. Looking good. And then we want to sprinkle the cheese. Again, you want that to be uniform as well. Looking good. Then the last step is to grab our eggs and milk mixture here, and then you want to pour that on top as well. Easy does it. You kind of want to spread it as well as possible. Oh, damn. This is looking good. Exceeding expectations already. So yeah, look at that. Oh, I got my hand in there. All right. So yeah, that's what we got so far. I can't tip it too much. Hopefully you all can see that. All right, so now we can pop this in the oven. So on 350, unless you're going with convection mode, 325, and this needs 30 to 40 minutes. So once it gets closer to 30 minutes, I'm gonna check in on it. Probably after 25 minutes, keep a closer eye on it. And once this is good, or once I believe it's good, we could take it out of the oven and see how we did. Okay, everyone, so our quiche been baking away now for 33 minutes on 350. It looks like it's done. I'm not 100% sure, but by looking at it, it looks like it's done. So again, it hit the 33-minute mark. I pulled it out. I have the oven still on just in case. And if you ever baked a cake, a pie, cupcakes, that sort of thing, and did the toothpick test, it works on quiches also. So what you're looking for is a slightly damp toothpick, but you don't want it wet. And that, you're probably not going to see that in the camera. But yeah, it looks damp, but not wet, so I think we're good. So this is done in 33 minutes. I'm just going to give this a few minutes to cool, and then we could dish it out and see how we did. Hey everyone, ladies, fellas, we're now at the best part of the video where we get to taste what we made, see if all that hard work and effort that we put into it paid off or not, and if anything could be improved for next time. So this took us 33 minutes to bake today. Just as a reminder, it could take anywhere from 30 to 40 minutes, depending on what type of pan you're using and also how hot or cool that your oven runs. So for us, it took 33 minutes. And the toothpick test, just to circle back on that. So what you want to do when you think you're done, you want to wait, give it a few minutes to cool. Take it out, give it a few minutes to cool. Stick a toothpick in. And you don't want any food stuck. If it comes out slightly damp, that's fine, but you're not looking for any stuck on food. So this came out clean, which tells us that this is baked just fine. And if you're looking to impress your friends, family, or more importantly yourself, give this recipe a shot. If you like what went into it, I think you're going to love the final product. But look at that though. It looks great. Imagine showing this to your family. They'll love it. All right, so let's see how we did. Oh man, looking good. Look at that. Looks good. Wow. That is very good. Very good. I haven't had a quiche in years. I never made my own before. Not that I could remember anyway. But yeah, this is relatively easy. Once you get going, it goes relatively quick also. The baking is the longest part, but if you have an hour, you can get this done in like an hour. And yeah, so good. Try it at home. Give me your feedback, share your thoughts. Let me know how it went. But yeah, again, if you like egg-based dishes, give this one a shot. And now it brings us to the conclusion of our video. We're going to spin the wheel here, set up our next video. So we ended on lunch. That's what prompted us to make the quiche. So now we'll give it a good spin and see what we have in store for next time. Ooh, that was a bigger than usual one. All right, what are we going to get? Round and round. Lunch. All right, we're doing lunch again. Usually lunch and dinner go together a lot of times, so it's probably going to be something suitable for dinner as well. Join me for that. If you got anything out of this video, please hit that thumbs up. I do appreciate it. Share it with your friends and your family. Drop me a comment. I love hearing your feedback. I love hearing your thoughts. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do that. Your support is greatly appreciated. And then lastly, hit that notification bell for future videos. Until next time, all right, everyone. I'll see you next time. Have a great day.